Hey guys, today I made the vegan version of the gotcha pork roast from the Food Wars anime. I've seen a lot of other recipes and videos for this, but none of them have done this vegan, so I want to try it myself. If you want to know how I made it, continue watching. So these are the ingredients we'll need for the gotcha pork roast. We'll need 1 potato, 3/4 cup of diced onions, which is actually half an onion, 3/4 cup of mushrooms, 2 packages of vegan bacon, and I got the hickory and sage benevolent bacon. We'll need some twine, 2 sprigs of rosemary, and for the sauce we'll need some red wine, non-dairy butter, and some sweet soy sauce. And today I'll be using some teriyaki sauce. We're going to start with washing our potato, and I know a lot of recipes say you should skin it, but I actually prefer to keep the skin on because it has a lot more fiber and nutrients. Then we're going to dice it and steam it. And because I'm a noob and I don't have a steamer, I'm going to put half a cup of water in the pot and heat it on the stove to let these babies steam. As I'm waiting for the potatoes to steam, I'm going to finally dice my mushrooms and onions. Can't see, but I'm crying right now, and so I turn on the fan. And the trick that I learned, which I actually didn't do for this video, is that you should freeze an onion for 2 minutes before cutting it, and then you don't cry. So after I diced my onions and mushrooms, I'm coming back over to check on my potatoes. And I actually like to stir them around a little bit because since they're immersed in water, I don't like some of them to be too thick and then some of them are too watery. I also like to check on the potatoes with a fork, running the fork through the potato and making sure that it goes through all the way. So after I steam them, I'm going to drain them and then mash them.
Mash away, my friend.
I know all of you who are watching right now know this is super jank, but I'm trying to do the best I can with no tools. But it's starting to come together.
Yeah, it looks really mashed.
So once you're done cutting the mushrooms and dicing the onions, mix them together in a bowl like so, and then put them on a pan to saute. So as you can see, they've browned quite nicely, and we're gonna go ahead and mix this in with our mashed potatoes. So I like to do about 1.5 cups of mashed potatoes. You can adjust it to if you like more potatoes, if you like more of the taste of onions or mushrooms. So go ahead and mix them all together. So before I get started with the messy part, I want to use my clean hands to cut some twine. I like to cut them around 8 inches to 12 inches. So I'm cutting around 10 pieces of twine, and the reason why some of the twine pieces are a bit shorter than others is that the gotcha pork roast is a football shape and the ends are actually a little bit smaller. I'm going to start with the middle with the long strings because those will be the longest, going both horizontal and then using the small strings on the ends. This is what vegan bacon looks like, and it was pretty hard to find vegan bacon to begin with. We went to Safeway and we also went to Trader Joe's. And this bacon we had to do an Instacart from Whole Foods that looked a little bit more juicy and looked like real bacon. The only thing is that they fall apart pretty easily, so when we're wrapping the mashed potatoes, be careful that it doesn't fall apart. So this is the time for the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and start mixing the potatoes, onions, and mushrooms with our hands. And by doing this before we set the bacon on top of the rack, we get to see how big the football is going to be. It can get quite messy, so just be prepared. Alright, so this is how our little baby came out. Looks nice. So now we're going to line the bacon. I like starting from the middle and working my way down on the opposite side. So now we're going to move the potato football right onto the middle. And the spaces on the top and the bottom won't get covered, so I'd like to just go ahead and put a piece of vegan bacon on the sides to top it off. Alright, so as I said before, this bacon's pretty fragile, so as you can see, it's already kind of ripping right here. So very slowly pull it one side up, and I want you to kind of grab the football and press it on to where it's seamless. Alright, now we're going to fill in these little missing pieces. So here I have that this string is a bit too short because the pork roast is too long. So what I like to do is I can get another piece of string, tie it right here, and extend this twine so I can use it. Now we have our sprigs of rosemary. We're going to take little pieces, rip them, and then tuck them under these pieces of string. This gives it some aroma and some flavor that seeps into the bacon. So since this isn't actual bacon, you'll need to help it a little bit with some canola oil. When I'm spraying this, it'll help the flavor seep into the mashed potatoes. Bake for 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Check on it every once in a while to make sure that it's still looking moist. So to make the sauce, we'll use half a cup of red wine, 2 tablespoons of butter, and to taste, sweet soy sauce. And just for fun, I'm gonna add sriracha because I love everything spicy. And this is what it looks like when it comes out. It's so pretty. So you can see the rosemary has all roasted very nicely, and the texture is nice and tough. So this bacon will never be as crispy as real bacon, but it's pretty good the way this turned out. That looks good. So I'm super happy with how this looks as a finished product, and we'll see how this tastes. And when you're eating it, everything tends to kind of fall apart, but what's important is the taste. That's really good. That's just surprisingly good. The sauce really makes it. So thanks for watching this vegan version of the gotcha pork roast. Let me know what you think, and if you tried it yourself, tell me down below, and I'll see you next time.